One of the most important things you as a pilot can do to ensure the safety of your flight is a thorough pre-flight inspection of your aircraft. This inspection becomes even more critical in cold weather. It's a known fact that aircraft love to fly in the cold air. They exhibit shorter takeoff runs, better lift, and all-around improved performance over those hot, humid summer days. It's also a known fact that airplanes hate to start in low frigid temperatures. Today, we're going to discuss how to properly and effectively pre-flight your aircraft for cold weather operations. Successful cold weather pre-flights begin with a pilot who is prepared for the elements. Sure, once the airplane is started and the engine begins making heat, it can get really cozy in the cockpit. But until then, the last thing you want to do is rush through your pre-flight inspection because it's 22 degrees out and you came to the airport in a hoodie. Good pilots always come prepared. Most are usually over-prepared. Start by dressing in layers. Wear thermal underwear when conditions warrant. Wool socks, hats, and gloves are great for keeping the elements at bay. These heated wool pop-top gloves are great in cold weather. They have slots for disposable heating packs and flip-up covers that expose your fingertips and thumbs. This allows you to handle smaller and more delicate objects. These gloves are so warm that I still haven't needed to use the heat pack with them. And of course, have a decent jacket, preferably one with pockets for keeping pre-flight needs like fuel sticks, sumps, pens, and rags close by. If you're fortunate enough to have your aircraft in a heated hangar, then the majority of your pre-flight will be identical to your standard pre-flight. For the rest of us, however, there are some changes to the process that we want to discuss. First, as we said a moment ago, be warm, or at least be as comfortable as you can considering the current conditions. You never want to rush a pre-flight. Second, recognize that the aircraft is freezing and things don't always move freely when they're cold. Use purposeful but fluid motions when moving the levers and controls. Also remember that any plastic surfaces that may be pliable in the warm weather are now brittle. Finally, always use your checklist, with one exception. Many checklists call for running the flaps to the first setting and then all the way down as part of the pre-flight check. This is something you never want to do. Why, you may ask? This is because a cold battery will lose quite a bit of its cranking capacity. It's all about saving every drop of available energy until the engine starts. So save the flaps check until after your engine is running. You'll have plenty of time while you wait for your engine to warm up. Now, let's move to the outside of the aircraft. The first thing we need to do is remove any accumulation of snow and ice off of the aircraft. Snow can be removed from the plane surfaces with a snow brush, squeegee, or even a push broom. Just make sure that the broom's bristles are fairly soft and that there are no screws or bolts on the broom that can damage the aircraft. Whatever you use to remove the snow, be gentle. Aircraft are extremely well-built machines, but they're still fragile. Icing on the aircraft is very hazardous. Small layers of ice or frost can significantly change the shape of the airfoil, leading to increased drag and reduced lift. This can cause longer takeoff rolls, higher stall speeds, and slower climb rates. Icing can also cause instrument malfunctions, erroneous readings, and loss of power. As a GA pilot, you have a few options for removing ice from your aircraft. First, you can apply a de-icing solution. De-icing solutions will remove ice from the airframe and also prevent the reformation of ice for a specified duration. While effective, these solutions are usually very pricey and therefore not very popular. Another method, which I personally never tried, is to use hot water. Working in small areas, pour hot water over the surface until the ice melts, then dry it immediately. You must make sure that the freshly defrosted surface is dried in order to prevent ice from quickly forming. Finally, the best solution, when available, is a warm hanger. Many FBOs will allow you to hanger the aircraft just long enough to warm it up and dry it off at a very reasonable rate. Remember, once the ice is melted, dry the aircraft thoroughly to prevent reformation. Now that the aircraft is free of snow and ice, we can continue our pre-flight inspection. The remainder of your external inspection should be identical to your normal walk-around. Follow your checklist to the letter. Pay specific attention to pitot and static openings, making sure that they are free of ice and moisture. We'll leave you with one final and important thought. As you've seen, winter pre-flights are quite similar to everyday pre-flights. However, the additional steps required in cold weather, such as snow removal, de-icing, and preheating, can add considerable time to the process. With that, always plan to arrive 45 minutes to an hour earlier than normal to allow for these additional tasks while still keeping you on time. Winter flying has its challenges, but overall, it can be a lot of fun. We hope you've enjoyed today's discussion on cold weather pre-flights. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Also, feel free to click right here to check out some of our other videos. As always, thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.